Hi everybody, my name is Todd Creager, and today I am going to be talking to you about how to create a new family legacy, a new positive family legacy. In other words, how not to let your traumas and negative patterns continue from generation to generation after you. And there's definitely some ways you can do it. I'm going to talk about the 5 keys to create a new positive family legacy. The first, and probably the most important, resolve your own trauma. You have to resolve your trauma. There are ways that you can resolve it. There are good therapists out there that know how to help you. The thing I have talked about, which I think is probably right now the most researched and most efficient way of resolving your trauma, is a treatment called EMDR, which stands for Eye Movement Desensitization and Reprocessing. And you can look at that in one of my other videos, but basically I will tell you that what we're doing there is we help you bring up the memory, stimulate both sides of your brain, you quickly go through that memory without reliving it fully, and you process it, and you are able to move on from that trauma and create new habits and new patterns and new relationships in your life. Step number two is be aware of how you re-victimize. People oftentimes get re-victimized over and over. If you were abused, you find yourself in abusive relationships. If you were neglected, you find yourself in neglected relationship. If you had a parent who promised and never came through, you're in a relationship where this person promises and doesn't come through. It's the way we're wired in our brain, and we recreate it. But of course, as you resolve your trauma, that's going to help. But be aware and get a coach, therapist, somebody to help you begin making new choices with this new awareness so that you don't re-victimize yourself. Key number 3, what you want to do is be willing to be alone. You have to be willing to be alone. Have to be. What I mean by that is, if you're not willing to be alone, you accept crumbs, you settle, you don't have good boundaries. If you're willing to be alone, you take positive risks. You say yes to what you want. You say no to what you don't want. You ask for what you want in life, and you get what you want. And the people that can't accept you being who you are, they float away. But the people who are in your life, they're the right people. Number 4, discover and bring out your positive, recessive self. In other words, there's parts of you that come out naturally, but there's probably parts of you that are really good that don't. The simple example is, let's say you grew up in a family that was chaotic, and the playful side of you had to kind of go underground. You had to be rigid and follow the rules. Find that playful side of you, discover it, feel it, and bring it out. Find the ways you've done it in the past, even if it has been seldom, but really practice being playful. But there's other positive recessive traits that we all have. We need to find it and bring it out. The 5th key is give your children what you didn't have. If you didn't get enough attention, make sure that you give them attention. Of course, if you do the other 4 keys, that 5th key becomes a lot easier. And if you do those 5 keys, you've now created a new positive legacy. You can do it. Don't let anybody tell you you can't. Thanks again. I'm Todd Creager, making the world safe for love.